Hey guys, welcome to a my very first video in this with Vault Hunter Season 3 or 3rd edition in 1.18. And I cannot express myself of how much I've been waiting for this mod pack to be released. I already streamed in my channel my first couple of days. I plan to do more streams, but work is getting in the way right now, but that is the plan. And as you can see right now, I've only advanced to level 7, but I've done quite a bit of farms. So far, this is one of the most important farms that I think everyone should be focusing on getting at one point or the other, because this farm has utility throughout the every level as far as the first 20 or maybe the first 50 levels of running the vaults. So first, I need to talk about, as you can see, I do have some vault gear already on at level 7, but the important thing is that I want to cover is the crossbow. So as we all know, the crossbow has become the meta as everyone has seen the Vault Hunter series on Escal's channel or any of the other amazing streamers. And crossbow was a meta early on, and then it kind of fell off because of damage. Now here's gonna be this farm is needed mainly because you, as you can see, it's a skeleton farm. So skeleton farms, you do require to find a spawner, but I have been able to find a few spawners myself just from mining around. As you can see here on the mini map, I have this one already set up, and if I were to go a little bit more south, I have another spawner up, not too far away from here, but it's just not in range to do a double spawner. But it's a skeleton spawner. Now, it's regular old skeleton spawner. Well, it's really good because it drops quivers. Oh, I'm lagging a bit here on the server. I think it's just my connection. It's just my connection. So as you can see, it drops quivers. Now quivers are good because you're able to put arrows away, which is great. But another thing that is they're good for is besides being able to hold 6 stacks, is that you're able to pick up random arrows that will help you out. Weakness arrows will be able to bring down damage the mobs do to you, especially when they're trying to hit hard. You also have poison arrows, which just do damage over time and they can kill them. If you see something tanky, you can swap to that arrow and whatnot. And then slowness arrows, which is the main reason for this farm. So first, let's go over the basic of how this farm works. I currently do have this farm set up. I do have it turned off at the moment. So I mined a little bit too much on this one, but in general, the dimensions are you have to mine the 2 blocks above the spawner and 4 blocks below it, and then 4 blocks to either side of the spawner. So this should be four blocks, 4 blocks, and 4 blocks. Now, if there's a skeleton archer in that range, the spawner will not be spawning anything else. So that's why we move them all to the edge. So as you can see here on the bottom, we do have 1 block high of just the block itself, and the water stream coming on top. And that way stops right at the edge of this 8th block. I mean 9th block, as it is 4, 1 in the middle, 4. That's 9 blocks. And the bottom is 2 blocks downwards with a stream. And right before it finishes, you have here a gate that's open with 3 blocks going down. And then here we have a wall which pushes me up, and then it leads into a soul sand pillar, right? Water pillar. Now here you need to mine 5 blocks that way and uh, have the water started from over there. So the edge of the stream leads right here, and I'll show you right now why there is a dispenser here. As you can see already with the powder snow, this is the second purpose of this farm. Now there's also a spider web there. That's the reason for the it goes together with the powder snow. And I'm going to take this small right. So give me a moment as I go down this path. But as you all know, in 1.17 or 1.18, powder snow became a thing, right? And powder snow, if you fall into it, you start taking cold damage, which is kind of not good. But when it comes to skeleton, if they stay in there for long enough, which I believe is like 15 or 30 seconds, my numbers might be super wrong, but the moment they stay in there for that long, they become strays. And when they're strays and they drop down, which will be at the end of that little thing, right? When you kill them with a player's weapon, so it has to be like your own weapon, including a looting sword, they will drop slowness arrows. As you see right here, I do have slowness arrows in my current inventory. They slow for 15% of their speed, and they have an 11-second duration on them. Now, why is that important to note? So let me go ahead and get out of here first and replace the items. Now, slowness arrows, they are important because first off, that makes the vault a little bit easier. Whenever a mob runs at you at super speed, whenever the vault hunters or the skeletons, they run at you super fast. Once you hit them with those arrows, they're easier to hit, and plus the piercing means you can hear a lot of more and mobs with those arrows. On top of that, if the damage of the crossbow starts falling off on you and you can no longer do that much damage, slowness arrows are still utility wise so helpful because the moment you hit them and they're dashing at you really fast and you're not able to kite them, you hit them, they're slowed, and then you can change to your melee weapon and swing at them, right? So that is the purpose of that. Now here I have a little setup. Right here is just a basic old little, what do you call it? A redstone torch elevator, or like it's block redstone right to the dispenser. Once I press that button, that dispenser will dispense the powdered snow. That way you can swap it between being just a regular skeleton farm that provides quivers with random arrows, or being a straight farm where they drop just slowness arrows. Now, the other the what do you call them? The straights do not drop any special arrows. I mean, any quivers. They only drop slowness arrows. So that's why you do need to shrink in between them. That way you can also get more quivers if you need them. It's also a really good way to store any of your excessive arrows, because that does happen in this farm. Because you will get more arrows than slowness arrows, just in the overall conversion rate of them. But yeah, that is pretty much the quick little OP farm that you guys should be focusing on. At least I believe everyone should, and if you're using a crossbow. And in the future as well, once they implement any sort of ranged weapon, if they let you use arrow ammunition, adding slowness arrows to the crossbow for utility wise will also add even more utility depending on what the dev team decides on doing there. But that is my quick little farm I wanted to share with you guys, and I hope it helps you out as much as possible. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.